Welcome, One Piece fans, to the first episode of Joy Boys. I know most of y'all have read the newest chapter, 1043. You guys are losing your minds about what the hell just happened. What is Luffy's real devil fruit? What is Kaido's reaction to this? And as I want you guys to know, today we're going to have a lot of answers for you guys. So sit down, grab a bag of popcorn, and get ready to learn.
Alright, Give, start us off.
Alright, I'll be doing this alphabetical in terms of, because
Yeah.
we're starting with the top of the alphabet. We gotta start with our boy Ace.
Let's do
Donut
it.
Boy.
That poor soul.
Not the Donut Boy, that's Katakuri, obviously, but
Yeah.
the OG Donut Boy.
Yeah,
Tell us
so
about him. Tell us about him, Keith.
like what you wanted to talk about today was what if Ace was the one
What
to
if?
defeat Kaido?
As we all know, Ace showed up at Wano at least 2 years before, no, actually probably closer to 3 years before Luffy did. And he came there. Wait, did he go there to fight Kaido, or did he just go there to?
He went there to free Wano.
Yeah.
No, he got there and saw how bad Wano was, and went to fight Kaido. Remember, he met Otama, and then he
Yo, there
found
was
out
some-
everything.
Never mind.
Was that the case? I thought he went to. I thought he went to Wano because he knew the borders weren't open yet.
No. So I'm pretty sure that he pulled up because he was taking over the
second division, right?
second division, and he wanted to reach out to Odin to get the second division guy back. That's what it was. And then he met Yamato, and then he was like, "Yo, I gotta beat the shit out of Kaido."
Yeah, you know he didn't
what
go
it
back.
was.
He didn't go to Wano twice. He went to Wano once.
He went to Wano once, but he was there for a while because he met Otama.
Yeah.
They became close.
He spoke to Whitebeard before he even went. Whitebeard's like, "You're on your own on this one." And Whitebeard wouldn't go help, so he went solo. My guy went dolo.
So
And
why
then,
did he?
and then Whitebeard didn't even let him go back. Like, he found out his brother, like, because he didn't even call him his son, his brother was fucking, his land was taken over by some overgrown dragon man, and he's like, I'm not getting involved.
Yeah, why did he do that? That's
Whitebeard
fucked
is an L
up.
man.
Huh?
Whitebeard is an L man.
He's a what?
He's an L man. He's not a boy's boy.
Uh,
Now, I mean, like, bro, if your country got taken over, I'm the first motherfucker to be there. I'm a dap whoever did it. Like, that guy 10 deserved none of it.
yeah.
Whitebeard just straight up was like, I'm just gonna sit on my boat and do nothing.
Basically.
Literally
Yo,
did nothing.
So why did Ace fight Kaido?
Well, he did, because he fought... Oh, that's right, because he went there, fought Yamato, made friends with... Wait, so is it confirmed that it's a her or a he?
It's a she.
It's a she, that's what I thought, too.
She's a girl who thinks she's Odin.
Yeah, that's what
So
I...
her gender is Odin?
Basically.
Like everything about
Her
her is Odin.
identity
Like
is
her
Odin.
identity is Odin.
Her identity, so it's... If
Okay.
Odin's a boy, she's a boy, but she's not...
You didn't get into that.
I think it's more of a...
Well, the
she has
anime
Odin
kind of
spirit
confirmed
type
it
of thing.
more. Like, that's how the anime put it. Like, if Odin's a boy, I'm a boy, but it's not
Yeah,
really...
yeah, yeah.
I identify as a man, I identify as Odin.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's a bit weirder.
Ace
No.
didn't really get to fight Kaido, though, because Kaido wasn't even on the island.
That's
when
why
Ace
he
got
fought
there.
Yamato instead.
And then they became boys.
That's when the promise was made that I'll come back and I'll free you.
Man, that would have been the best ship in One Piece. I'm just gonna.
Ace and Yamato?
Yeah.
That was
Ace and Odin?
no Ace and Yamato, but Odin was bagging bitches. It seemed like.
So okay, let's go back before and actually in the future when Ace was captured, right? And Kaido wanted to go. Am I going too far?
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about that?
we
Let's
can talk about that now.
Let's talk
get
about
Ace
that. Let's
stuff
get that out of the way.
now, yeah.
So Ace got captured, and Kaido was gonna pull up, right?
And this is a
Whitebeard-
theory, by the way.
This is
everybody.
just a
This
theory.
is just a theory.
But Kaido pulled up, was going to pull up to fight with Whitebeard or against Whitebeard.
Against Whitebeard. That was the running theory that Kaido was looking at.
But it wasn't confirmed like why he was going. He
It
just
wasn't-
wanted to go to Marineford.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
So,
the thing was the Yakuza
you
was at
go
war with
ahead.
each other, right?
Which is,
Power
it was
struggle.
just a kind of a weird idea. Imagine, like, because honestly, if Kaido showed up, what the fuck was gonna happen? We already had like every warlord there, all the admirals, the fleet admiral, Garp of all people.
Shanks pulls up at the end.
Shanks literally, and then Blackbeard literally pulls
Was
up.
there all
with
the uncles? basically.
everybody. The only Bianca who wouldn't have been there if Kaido showed up would be Big Mom.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think this could be just a discussion for another time, but I still don't know how to feel about Big Mom. I still can't tell if she's disappointing or not.
She's gone now. Oh, she'll be back.
She'll be back.
Elbaf
Like
stuff.
she's straight upset. She has to come back for Elbaf. That's
she's low key a disappointment though.
Disappointment. Why?
I just feel like to have 2 awakened devil freaks, right? Mind you, it's Law and it's Kid, right?
Yeah.
But to not be able to defeat them as a Yonko when Kaido's going toe to toe with, not even arguably, Luffy is the strongest supernova. So I just feel like Big Mom not being able to take out Law and Kid, even though they're both depleted, you know, they've been tired from fighting throughout the entirety of this arc.
She was tired too.
Yeah, but she's a Yonko. I feel like a Yonko is a class of its own.
And let's face it, like Roof Piece even was mainly them fighting Kaido.
She but you know she died on a got defeated on a technicality with that explosion shit.
They just kind of made her fall.
We'll get back on the why Big Mom sucks later, but back to this Kaido thing. So
just made her fucking trip and fall.
Chapter 114, right?
His mom needed a life alert.
Oh my god. So chapter 114, right? Kaido says that to Luffy, you couldn't be Joy Boy either.
Yeah.
Right? So there are a couple people that he could have been talking about. Right?
So first off, like I just want to say, Joy Boy, in my opinion, has to be someone who conquers hockey.
We know.
We don't know that they never.
143, we know now who Joy Boy
1043.
is. 1043, sorry.
Yeah, we know who it is, but I'm saying, like, in my opinion, just
okay.
the
who
legend.
Could have been at that point, yeah.
Yeah, who could have been at that very moment in time. It had to be someone who conquers hockey. It's because Joy Boy has to be special. It seems
the King of Kings.
Yeah, exactly. So it has to be something like that.
That's because like in the beginning when he defeated Luffy the first time, round 1, he was like, we don't need that many kings, like people with conquers hockey.
Exactly.
Right.
So
at that point, I thought he was talking about Kid.
That's what I thought. So that's what I thought too. But odds are it could have been about Ace.
It could have been about Ace.
Could have been about Ace. Going back to the specifically just the Joy. You couldn't be Joy Boy either. So Ace died and obviously did not come back to life. And strangely enough, the only character who's died and not come back is Ace.
Is Ace.
Which is the saddest one because he was.
He
was a good boy.
But that goes back to why Kaido went back to Marineford.
Yeah, because that was the part of the theory.
Because maybe he thought, and Roger thought too, maybe it could have been my son. So obviously Kaido knew Ace was Roger's son. So he probably thought...
I don't think he knew that.
I mean, it was already known information. Unless they released it.
No, Sengoku knew that.
Yeah,
only because of Garp
knew that.
Damn.
Well,
I mean, Kaido could have.
What it probably was is that Kaido knew Joy Boy would come free Wano. Like, that was the prophecy.
And the only person who'd come in like 20 years to free Wano was Ace. So at the end of the day, odds are I think it was more that rather than Roger.
Knowing he's Roger's son.
Yeah, because nobody knew that. The only person who really knew that was like Luffy.
I see.
Because even like Jinbei was a warlord. Jinbei didn't even know that.
Okay. I thought it was because I thought that Kaido wasn't pulling up to fight Whitebeard. He was pulling up to fight Ace or save Ace in some way because he thought Ace could have been Joy Boy.
That could have made sense. Yeah. But to be fair, like in the way I see it is, I think it could have been that. But I also think at the end of the day, like even if I don't do it, I'm getting a good fight out of this. There's everybody is fucking there. Like
everyone. It's a giant orgy of.
Now what ties into why Kaido said you can't be Joy Boy because he thinks Joy Boy already passed away. Because he thinks Joy Boy already passed away. Or he thinks Joy Boy died at Marineford. Which also ties into the fact that Shanks going to Berry Joy, right? When the reverie is being held, as a Yonko being able to pass all that security and go toe-to-toe with the Goro saying not get locked up, almost definitely confirms that Ace is a traitor.
Ace is a traitor?
You mean
not
Shanks?
Ace, Shanks is a traitor.
Shanks is a traitor.
That Shanks has been working for the world
for
a hot minute. Because there's no way.
Yeah, there's no way.
No Yonko,
because he has
no
a special
pirate.
status amongst the Gorosei.
Yeah.
It could also be, but see, that's where it gets weird, because with Shanks, because you have to remember he also stole the Gomu Gomu no Mi,
right?
Or Lucky Roo did, but
whatever.
Shanks didn't give it back.
Yeah.
So Shanks knew from the and there's a good chance if they're going after that thing, because here's the thing, who's who was on that ship? They sent like their best person, like the Rob Lucci of that day, to like guard that fruit. So at that point, like I feel like it's not. Shanks had to have known what that fruit was. Like to some degree, he knew.
For sure. We'll already seal it.
All right, so that leads us to our next
leads
discussion is, what is this fruit? What is the awakening of Luffy's devil fruit?
Here, wait. Before we go there,
Go ahead.
I do want to mention one more thing about Ace. First off, we have no idea what a Logia's awakening is. We've never seen that, right? Sun God. Think about Ace's biggest attack. Holy Soul. What was it? Holy Soul.
I forgot.
Holy Soul Emperor Flame Commandment. Something like that.
Yeah.
Holy, referencing God, Soul, Sun,
Sure.
Emperor.
Yeah.
Sun God Nika. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, there is a high probability that if Kaido really did think that Ace was Joy Boy, he thought the Mera no Mi was the fruit of Sun God Nika, which would make sense.
It would make total sense.
It would make a lot of sense. And also, gotta remember, the closest I think we've gotten to a hint as to whether or not like what the Logia could do is, remember when Ace was at Drum Island where they found Chopper? When he was there, they said it was the only time that year that there was no snow. It was just a pure clear.
Right, that he could, that people...
The sun was out.
Right, the people who have awakening... Oh, that's actually another thing. The people who have awakening can affect their surroundings, same as Crocodile. And also like, the fact that sun was out the entire time.
That's what I'm saying. So
he was some sun god.
So yeah, that's my... Exactly. So at the end of the day, if... Like, it's hard to say if Joy... Like, we know that Joy Boy is Luffy at this point, but it's hard to tell... We still don't really know what Joy Boy is.
Well, okay. So there are a couple hints about that. There was a bunch of hints about that, but just from Wano, one of the things... what was the old guy? The old...
Hyogoro?
Hyogoro.
The flower guy?
Yeah. The flower guy, he said that when Luffy was fighting the oars-looking guy...
He looked like the Wisdom King.
That's in the unofficial. In the official one, he calls him a guardian deity.
That's right. That is what he did call him.
So the sun god, Nika, is some sort of guardian deity. And when Who's Who talks about it, he says that he was some guy that frees slaves. That's all we know.
The Sun Pirates. It had something to do with the Sun Pirates too.
Which Ace did try doing. He tried freeing slaves of Wano.
Right.
That
also
is
what Luffy tried doing.
Oh yeah, some freedom fighters.
It could be the Sun God Nika.
And then Whitebeard fucking stopped him because he had better shit to do.
Go ahead.
It could be the Sun God Nika is also an alias for Joy Boy. In a way, like maybe not the title.
Well, see, that's the thing. What I'm saying, like Joy Boy, we know it's a title, but we don't really know. Like, it's weird, like, because all we have going for at this point is that Zunesha is saying Joy Boy has returned.
Yeah,
and so Luffy's melting. The drums of liberation.
Yeah,
drums of liberation. Yeah.
But my thing is that, like, so is Joy Boy a title? Is it like the actual name? Is Joy Boy maybe a spirit or something? We really don't know much about what makes someone Joy Boy. So at the end of the day, it could be something like, it's almost something you get, I guess, sort of chosen for,
through
like
destiny.
Through destiny, or maybe even through inherited will. Like,
I think it's more of a mindset, to be honest.
Joy Boy's the mindset.
I think Joy Boy's the mindset.
So
enlighten us, my boy.
So as we know, Joy Boy was, from what we do know about him, right? He was the ruler of a kingdom who sought, as Zunisha said, the drums of liberation. So he wants a free world. He wants liberation all around, right? I feel like Joy Boy is a mindset because I don't think it's a spirit who traverses. I believe it's more of a way of looking at the world, whereas Luffy, as we know, right, this ties into his devil fruit, essentially, what I think his awakening is, or what.
Oh, you think Luffy's awakening is related to Joy Boy?
I think Luffy's awakening will happen because of the mindset he has. Maybe that's why he hasn't awakened in 800 years, because there's been no one for the last 800 years who had the similar mindset and the fruit.
With it, oh yeah.
Roger would have been the only one, but we don't know if Roger had the Gomu Gomu no Mi or not.
If anything, the only fruit he's ever been hinted to possibly have was the Mera no Mi. And that was just through one scene in the anime where he's talking to Garp, and as he's talking, the flame flickers.
Oh, that could have just been his, like, hockey.
That could have literally been anything. That was the only time we've ever been hinted at that Roger could have some kind of devil fruit.
Yeah.
But if you look at Joy Boy's action, to rebel against, I believe it was 13 kingdoms, right, on his own. The lead a war against the corrupt.
Was it 13?
Was it 13 or was it 20?
I can't remember. I think it was 20 and 13 stayed. I don't know, some bullshit like that.
Something like that,
yeah.
So to rebel against numerous, like a vast quantity of kingdoms. At least 10 double-digit kingdoms to rebel against them while he's on his own. Right? First off, that's some alpha mentality shit.
Alpha.
That's some alpha mentality shit, right? That means he truly believes in what he's preaching.
Zunesha's total beta.
Zunisha is beta. There's that. But when you look at what Luffy has done, right, it kind of mirrors exactly what Joy Boy had done to rebel against the world government. Luffy at what was that Holy Land? When he shot down the
God
world...
Valley. Oh no, Ennie's Lobby.
Ennie's Lobby, when he had Usopp shoot down the world government. That was a declaration of war.
Dope scene.
Yeah, as a small pirate crew with no genuine power, not even like, they're not even making that much noise. You know, there is some like tripping around them.
Not to interrupt you, but
Yeah.
I feel I should correct you. It wasn't Usopp. It was Sniper King.
Oh, Soge King, not
Soge
Sniper
King.
King.
Soge
Soge
King.
King.
Alright,
Sorry.
Yeah, that's on me. That's on me. They look so similar. I sometimes forget.
Yeah, they're two different people, guys.
That is true. But I think Joy Boy is a mentality because I think Joy Boy represents freedom and the ability to fight for what you believe in. No, Luffy doesn't want power, doesn't want any of that. He wants enough where he can live the life that he chooses to live.
Yeah, he wants to be free.
He wants to be free and he wants others to be free.
No,
Like-
actually, no. Think about it. Like, I remember someone had told Luffy. I remember Luffy said, like, "What do you like? Are you called him a hero?" It's like, "I'm not a hero. Heroes share their meat."
Yeah.
So Luffy really doesn't. Luffy's selfish, and like even his crew called fish.
Yeah, but selflessness in itself can be a selfish thing.
Yeah,
Fair
selfish and freedom are different.
True,
Yeah.
but I don't know if he necessarily. It's more like what he can. I guess like
When you look at what he did back in the Arlong Park arc,
Every arc.
every arc,
Yeah.
Alabasta.
But
He
think
sees
about it. But
people
if he
who
was
are-
really into that, then he would just be in the Revolutionary Army. That's why I'm saying, because that's what Sabo's doing. That's what Sabo's all about.
I think he doesn't want
But
to be
it's a different-
tied.
yeah,
It's
that's
a
the
different.
thing,
He
it's a
doesn't
different
want to be
level.
tied to an organization.
Yeah.
Luffy wants freedom in the entirety of its word, where he doesn't answer to anyone.
Where he doesn't, and him and his friends don't answer to anyone.
Yeah.
But I don't know how much. But like, here's the thing: I don't know if he would have cared as much about even Wano if he didn't grow an emotional attachment to it.
Yep.
That's my thing. Like, he's not going to every place that's been fucked up and fucked over by the world government or the Yonko. He's only going to the ones where he has an emotional connection
I
to.
mean, whenever he does come across something, he always does the right thing, which is stand up for the people who can't stand up for themselves.
Yeah, even if it's not intentionally.
Even not intentionally. If you saw him, I think the emotional attachment itself is created when he sees something wrong happen, when he sees injustice.
Yeah.
When he was at the town of leftovers, he saw people starving. He went out of his way. I don't think it was because of Ace that he did this.
No.
I think Ace's promise is part of it because he knows that place is close to Ace. But I think more so it's beyond that, where he just sees such atrocities that he can't stop him.
And let's not even forget, the only reason he fought Buggy in the very, very first time was because they hurt that dog.
Mm-hmm.
He liked that dog.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
It was a good
No,
boy.
he's a good boy.
We should always talk about his Devil Fruit Awakening.
Oh yeah, so this
Yeah,
is where I
so
was gonna.
many
So
It
I
melts. It makes
so
him.
I totally agree. Joy Boy is a mindset. It's a way of life.
Yeah.
But we clearly see something has taken over Luffy.
Can we just talk about how like devil fruits are weak against water and he's melting just like the fucking witch and was?
What? What does that have to do with anything?
I'm just saying, like Luffy's melting.
Yeah.
And he's weak against water. I'm melting. That's what it was.
Okay,
man.
he's so yeah, he's melting. He's melting,
Yeah.
but he's also smiling. So something has taken him over.
Well, he always smiles. He's always going.
But he's knocked the fuck out. When he was knocked the fuck out last time, he wasn't smiling. So this time something
That's
has to
true.
have taken him over. It's possibly Joy Boy or his Devil Fruit. No, it's his Joy Boy. It's Joy Boy. Or it
But
could
I
be
mean,
both.
Joy Boy could be the devil fruit itself.
It could be a part of his awakening.
Yeah.
The awakening awakens Joy Boy.
So this is a theory
That's
about his.
sick.
This is a theory about his awakening, right?
Okay.
This is one theory that I had, or I think this is actually really popular in the community. We talked about this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Where his Devil Fruit Awakening is a mythical. He has a mythical Zoan
Yeah.
devil,
Yeah.
but the one I think it's closest to, honestly, I think it's mythical Zoan Sun Wukong.
Oh yeah.
He is based off of. He is also based off of Sun Wukong, like the character.
Like Goku and shit.
Isn't Oda also heavily inspired by Dragon Ball Z?
He's heavily inspired by Dragon Ball Z.
And
Everyone
Goku is a direct mirror to Sun Wukong.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think they
Son
got
Goku.
too close when
Yeah.
he had. That's why they got rid of his monkey tail and his staff and his flying cloud.
Yeah. No, exactly. But this is the thing, right? So Sun Wukong has powers which Luffy has exhibited throughout the course of One Piece. And if he's not Rubber, because as Kaido was saying,
Yeah.
Rubber can't change his trajectory
Sure.
mid-attack.
Yep.
Right? It has to be something else. Sun Wukong has the ability to elongate his staff, which is Yaoi, which is his soul weapon. So perhaps Luffy is capable of doing the same, where his body is essentially the staff itself, where he can change its density, its properties in terms of width, mass, and length.
And then you have
Right.
hockey in there because he can create it.
He has
make it
hockey
even
as well.
harder and more like just destructive.
Yeah. Furthermore, if we look back, right, because a lot of people are saying, if he's not rubber, how did he dodge? How did he withstand Enel's attacks? Sun Wukong has the ability to withstand lightning.
Does he?
Yeah, he can withstand.
Yeah, no.
Sun Wukong has certain elemental powers where he does have a certain control over fire, which ties into Luffy's.
I always thought he
gear
was. I
to-
thought he could like just. I thought it was more like Thor. He could command it, but he's not necessarily immune to it.
Yeah, but Thor is pretty much immune to lightning. Lightning
He's
doesn't hurt
immune to
Thor.
everything.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Lightning doesn't really hurt Thor.
Can this guy also shapeshift? Because Luffy has some shapeshifting abilities.
No,
Kinda.
Sun Wukong can. I'm
Shape
He
sure
can
he-
duplicate himself, I believe. I don't know.
Oh,
about
Luffy
that.
could too. If Doflamingo could, Luffy could. If Robin could, Luffy could.
No, Luffy can't. As far as we know, he can't duplicate himself yet.
But like,
Maybe.
technically, like.
But see, actually, it's going. This is why I think it's Hanuman and not Wukong.
Yeah.
Because when I was reading that article, like specifically the stuff about the lightning stuff, right? In the legend of Hanuman, the idea is it's a monkey that tries to eat the sun, and then Shiva, I think, right?
He thought it was a mango.
Yeah, and then
It was
Shiva.
the sun god strikes it down.
I thought it was the god of gods. Was he also the sun god?
He was the sun god.
Oh, I always thought he was lightning god.
Oh,
Anyway,
interesting.
I believe his name was Indra.
Yeah.
Indra, that's right. it
Indra
was
is the
Indra.
lightning god.
Indra, yeah.
Yep.
So Indra hits him with Vajra, which I think is the name of his lightning attack.
Mhm.
And then after he's brought back to life, maybe the one who brought him back to life was Shiva. I remember Shiva was in the legend somewhere, I think. But
Yeah, I think he was. The gods decided to bring him back to life.
and they gave him all powers.
They gave him blessings.
Yeah, the weird thing is that every single one of those powers Luffy has sort of exhibited at least once. So, for example, he has something of an immunity to fire. Rubber's
Yeah.
decently good with fire for the most part. And he can even do the whole
Red
Red
Hawk.
Hawk and Red Rock.
He withstands Kaido's blast breath.
Mm-hmm. There's also his
With
immunity
guts.
to lightning, which was Indra's attack. My guess is maybe the whole idea of him growing and his ability to like change his size and everything, which was also Hanuman's power.
Yeah.
Maybe like the devil fruit's way of giving him all of these abilities as well as the immunity to lightning.
Mhm.
Maybe that was just by making him rubber. It's just a convenient material that he can just do. And everything else that Hanuman can do, basically Luffy has been able to do with hockey. Like any, for example, like dominating the will of other people conquers hockey.
Hanuman wasn't really a dominator though, and this is why I don't think it's Hanuman. Is because Hanuman in Hindu mythology is a servant. And that's a major thing because if you believe Jorgo is a mindset, the mindset is to never bow to anyone.
Mm.
Right? Hanuman
Who
lived
was he a servant to?
Ram. He was a servant to Ram, who was a god, who was the avatar of Vishnu, and Hanuman was an avatar of Shiva. So he spent his whole life in subservience to this other deity. So even though he has similar powers, right, very similar actually, the ability to expand his stature, his physique, is one of the closest to Hanuman, as well as the Hanuman's, I believe, his adopted father, right, or his father in general, a father figure in his life was the wind god in Hindu mythology, and Luffy's father, as we know, is Dragon, who has, or rumored to have.
I mean,
the
like,
wind devil fruit.
what else would it be at this point? Every time he shows up, there's a storm and there's wind. Like,
Yeah.
if he doesn't have a devil fruit, and this is all just a fucking coincidence, I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah, then that is the most batshit thing Oda's done.
Like, what if you have to die to become Joy Boy?
This is how
That
you're tying it in, huh?
That's how I'm tying it in. Yeah, because that was my theory. Because why did Kaido want to die so bad? What if it was... Because, okay...
Well, we have a couple options.
We have a couple options. So we're back to where he said you couldn't be Joy Boy either,
Yeah.
right? We already touched on, he could have been referring to Ace. He could have been referring to Kid.
Or it could have been himself.
Or himself. So this is
Yeah.
the himself part, right? Where what if you have to die or get severely injured to awaken the Joy Boy inside you? Like nothing to do with the devil fruit,
Yeah.
right?
And there's and maybe, like...
You think that's like a Will of D type thing?
What?
Like Joy Boy was the original member of the D family.
I thought so.
Definitely
That's
think
kind of like
it's
some
connected.
Attack on Titan thing, where the will
Oh, he was
of
the founding titan.
the will of the previous users or previous members of Ymir's clan, their wills get transferred down when they use their power.
I don't want to sound like a dum-dum.
Which
but,
could be
like,
why everyone smiles the same way right before
Yeah.
they die. So One Piece fans, I want you guys to leave your theories in the comments. Do you think Kaido was going to Marineford to save Ace, Or was it as was previously determined that he was just going to attack Whitebeard to surmise power? Furthermore, what do you think Luffy's Devil Fruit Awakening is? Do you think it's a mythical Zoan Sun Wukong, maybe a mythical Zoan Hanuman? Or do you think it's another mythical Zoan altogether? Or maybe even a different species of Devil Fruit? Like another like is it a different type of Paramecia? Maybe a Logia? What really is it? Furthermore, do you think Luffy's getting taken over by Joy Boy? Do you think Joy Boy is a person? Do you think it's a mentality? Do you think it's a title? Who really is Joy Boy?
Join us next time at Joy Boys.